Hey, what's up, man? Hey, I got something for us to talk about today, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Lucky I never done it. I don't fuck with that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Talking about crackheads today, man. Talking about crack, man. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, man. That shit's been around me almost all my life, man. I even had roommates that were crackheads, friends that were crackheads that stole from me. You know what I mean? It's fucked up, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, well, one of my first run-ins was with one of the homies' brothers that used to chill with me. You know what I mean? Yeah, he took some the most precious moments from me. You know what I mean? I had a camcorder at the time. My son was born. I took videos and pictures of me holding my son and when the nurse cut the umbilical cord and all that. You know what I mean? All those memories, man. You know what I mean? Uh, Dude came to the house. You know what I mean? I showed him the video. You know what I mean? He came to the house, showed him that, let him hold that, and he was like, "Yo, man, can you make me some eggs? I'm hungry, man." You know what I mean? So I was like, "Hi, I got you, man. Yo, just chill here for a little bit." You know what I mean? Chill for a little bit. My son was still sleeping. My son was sleeping, so uh, I was making him some eggs. Got a plate of rice, threw the eggs on top. You know what I mean? Brought it to him in the living room. He was gone. He was like straight gone, yo. The door was wide open. I looked, his car was gone. Called him up. She went straight to a voice message. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, yo, damn, man, what's going on? You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, fuck it, yo. I went to look for the camcorder. That shit was gone. You know what I mean? I didn't want to believe it that he took it. I was looking through the whole house. Like, I know I just had it right. I just showed it to him. I know it was right here. You know, I looked through the whole house. I didn't want to believe that it was him. You know what I mean? So he wouldn't answer my calls. So what I did was I contact his brother. I was like, hey, you know what I mean? He came to the house and my shit's gone, dog. You know what I mean? You think you could check in his room, see if it's there? Brother went in the room, seen it there, grabbed my camcorder, come pick it up. I'm like, cool. You know what I mean? That same night, I went, picked up the camcorder. Yo, he deleted everything in that shit. And he took pictures of himself with that shit. And I was just like, you know what I mean? That shit hurt. That shit really hurt, man. It hurt, man. You know what I mean? It's just, it's fucked up what crack does to you, man. You know what I mean? That shit, yo, he just stole to me like it was, from me, like it was nothing. You know what I mean? And it's fucked up. And yeah, he got locked up, you know what I mean, with the whoop. And I mean, he did a couple years. I don't know what for, but he got out. And the first thing he did was, man, he called me, or he cried, apologizing, man. You know what I mean? He cried and shit. And I just told him, hey, man, you know what I mean? Hey, fuck it. What's done is done already, man. You know what I mean? As long as you off that shit and you doing good, I'm happy for you. You know what I mean? But he wanted me to forgive him. I said, I can forgive you, man. I can't forget that, but I can forgive you, man. You know what I mean? It's just, hey, man, you do you, I do me, though. You know what I mean? I tell him, we all grown men. We all living our lives now. So do your thing, I do me. You do you. All right, fuck it. You know what I mean? So, hey, that was that. And then the second run-in with a crackhead was, yeah, I had roommates that were crackhead. You know what I mean? So yeah, when I moved in, that time I was still married. Me and my wife, ex-wife now. I mean, that time I was married. So me and my wife moved in. You know what I mean? Everything was going all right, man. They started having some weird friends come over. You know what I mean? And I went to work one night, came home. My wife at the time, she was like, yo, they smoking crack in the bathroom and shit. I was like, oh, hell nah. So, boom, 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 knocked on the door, told my roommate come out, had a talk with him. I was like, yo, that time I was working 2 jobs. I was doing security and I was working at a Chinese market. So I was like, yo, my security place, they be doing surprise drug tests. I can't be having that shit in the house, man. You know what I mean? So I had to talk to them. That was the deal. No crack smoking in the house. If they want to smoke that shit, they got to go smoke it somewhere else. You know what I mean? And that was the deal. So I mean, I went to the workplace, told my boss, hey, I found out they smoking crack in the house. You know what I mean? I said I don't do that shit though. You know, I mean, I'm a solid ass dude. I don't do that shit. You know what I mean? So he was all right, cool, whatever, man. He was like, yo, they only give you a test once a month, so you know what I mean. As long as you let us know, hey. So I'm like, all right, man. As long as you cool, you know what I mean. But other than that, I be fucking with them and shit, you know what I mean? Because they get paranoid when they smoke that shit. So sometimes they be coming up from from their homies house all paranoid and shit. I tell them ghost stories and shit. Fuck with them. And then you see one of my roommates, and yo, his brother be all scared sitting in the corner with the fingers crossed and shit, chilling like this, shaking and shit. I be fucking with them, yo. But I mean, one thing with them is, yo, they hardly eat. I mean, that's why I'm big and fat. Look at all this fatness, sexiness, man. You know what I mean? But they don't eat. They sucked up skinny, man. You know what I mean? They be poking shit in the face, all fucked up looking and shit, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Why would you want to smoke crack and fuck your whole shit up, man? You know what I mean? But that's the addictions, man. I'm sorry they have to go through that, man. You know what I mean? I actually talk to them when they sober, man. They pretty damn intelligent, man. But when they on that shit, they all stuck and they just doing some crazy shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, yo, they were my roommates, man. You know what I mean? And I know they be stealing from everybody too, but I tell them, man, you take from me, I'll beat your ass and shit. They don't touch my shit though. You know what I mean? But other than that, and then the third run there was, yeah, man, when I moved, and I was living at the blue apartments and shit. You know what I mean? I met he was a big ass tall dude, little bone dude, nigga sang and shit. You know what I mean? This motherfucker. Uh, yeah, man. First time I met him there, he was like, yo, man, can I use your cell phone and shit? Because I was on the phone talking to a shorty. I was thinking, all right, man, the mom dude, I fucking hey. I told her, hung up, gave him the phone. Yeah, but when he died, he started walking away. I'm like, yo, man, why you walking away, man? He said, hold on. I said, all right, fucking man, you better not take my shit. I'll beat your ass and shit. So yeah, he couple, you say about a minute or so, came back, gave me the cell phone, told me thanks. I said, you handle your business? He said, yeah. He said he had an emergency. So I said, all right, fuck it. You know what I mean? So he said he handled his business. I was like, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? So called back the shorty was talking, got another call, picked it up. Guess who called? His fucking plug. You know what I mean? Asked me what I want. I'm like, what the fuck? Why you ask me what I want? You the motherfucker that called me? He was like, nah, you called me. I was like, I ain't called nobody and shit. And I thought about it. I was like, crackhead ass thing. I said, well, earlier I let somebody use my cell phone and shit, yo. I said, you know what I mean? I said, was that the person trying to call you, trying to buy some shit? He said, yeah, from this number. I said, all right, cool. I mean, long story short, you know what I mean? I was already pissed and shit. I went to the corner store to go buy another pack of cigarettes because I used to smoke cigarettes and shit. So I went to the corner store. And guess who I seen there? Crackhead ass, son. And this motherfucker was trying to use my cell phone again. Asked me if I could use my cell phone, man. I socked that motherfucker in the mouth and shit, man. I said, yo, don't you ever use or try to ask me to use my motherfucking cell phone to call your fucking plug to get some drugs and shit. Fucking crackhead motherfucker. Shit, you know what I mean? He was like, oh, he was on the floor apologizing and shit. I was like, man, punk ass motherfucker. But hey, long story short again, you know what I mean? 3 months later, I moved to some new apartments. And guess what? Crackhead ass Sing was my neighbor and shit. Crackhead motherfucker. So I don't know why, man. All these motherfuckers, they all around me and shit. You know what I mean? And yeah. One night, that time I met a new shorty, man. Little short, little Asian girl with a fat boot. Oh my God. Damn, miss her. But yeah, I brought her to the house. I was living on the second floor. Sang was on the first floor. So me and my girl was on the outside of the patio. I mean, smoking the cigarettes. So Sang was, hey, who that? I said, that's my girl. This motherfucker told me, hey, fool, hey, bring your girl to my house and both of us get the fuck up. I looked at him like, duh, are you thinking, right, dog? That crackhead shit, I mean, that shit fucking up your head, man. You know what I mean? I told him, chill, dog. You better chill. Chill. You know what I mean? So I took me and my girl, we went to the house, that other thing, you know what I mean? And she left, yo. You know what I mean? She left. So you say about maybe 2 weeks later, I was outside smoking a cigarette. He came out talking about he my boss. I'm his employee and shit. I'm like, yo, what you talking about? He was like, you supply me with my crack and shit. I said, nah, man. I said, back up, man. Stop talking. I mean, talking wild and shit. Chill. And he was like, yo, man. He was like, he's on SSI. I work a full-time job. I pay taxes. My taxes pay for it. Goes towards the SSI money that's being given to him by the government. I thought about that shit. I said, man, you motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, he was telling me that I supply his crack for him and shit. That I'm his employee. He's my boss and shit. You know what I mean? But I told him, I said, yo, say whatever you guys say. I said, just keep that crack shit away from me, man. You know what I mean? Boom. Another 3 weeks later, my son, that time me and my ex-wife, we separated already. So I was getting my son on certain weeks and she was getting my son on certain weeks. So my son was over. He was outside playing. And guess what? Crackheads sitting outside smoking crack, man. With the little kids, the neighborhood kids running around. He's smoking crack straight up outside. You know what I mean? I was like, son, fuck you doing? He said, what does it look like I'm doing? Shit, so, shit, man. I hella snitched on his ass. I called the cops, you know what I mean? Told him, yo, he's outside smoking crack in front of the kids. Yo, cops was like quicker than the motherfucker, man. They came in, I came out, I said, him. I pointed fingers, I said, him. You know what I mean? Him. Look at all these little kids around here. Yo, they took his ass. They arrested him. You know what I mean? And that was the last I ever seen his ass, but yo, I mean, I know I snitch and shit, you know what I mean? But I ain't getting no stitches. I know I did the right thing and shit. That shit was the right. You gonna smoke crack in front of the kids? I'm gonna snitch on your ass. Fuck you. You know what I mean? And then the last one was, you know what I mean? After that, I was dating a shorty. Her brother was a crackhead, man. Bless his soul, man. You know what I mean? He was a cool dude. When he was sober, he was cool as hell. You know what I mean? Just all out good guy. You know what I mean? Just like, yo, pure heart, man. But when he saw that shit, yo, I mean, he grew up with the wrong crowd. You know what I mean? That's what I feel, man. He grew up with the wrong crowd. Yeah, he's always telling me he smoked that shit because he wants to know the truth. I'm like, the fuck you want to know? What kind of truth are you looking for? He said he wants to know the truth. And he's always thinking that the government's after his ass. He's always thinking that this motherfucker took his whole cell phone apart because he saw a little red flashing light. He said that was like a tracking device. I said, you funny as hell, man. You funny as hell, man. He on some shit though, man. But yo, God bless his, bless his soul, man. May he rest wherever he at and be at peace. You know what I mean? But yo, see, thing was, yeah, man, he be on some crazy shit sometimes, man. Like one time he spent his $5 doing something else, and he came and questioned me like I took his money. I'm like, dude, look in my wallet, man. What do you see? He opened my wallet up. All he saw was hundreds, cause I just barely got paid that day. Mind you, not I got like $800 in my wallet. So he was looking at it. He was like, "Where's my $5?" I said, "Duh." I said, "You looking at all the $100 bills? Why would I got all the 100 there? Why would I want to take your $5? You know what I mean?" And then later on, yo, his neighbor, our neighbor came to come get him. I guess they were buddies and shit. And they came to get him. And he was like, yo, somebody stole my $5. His neighbor was like, stupid. Yesterday we was hungry. You bought us 99-cent cheeseburgers and shit. He was, oh, yeah. And that was it. Not even an apology. None of that shit. He just said, oh, yeah, I spent it. My bad. To go. You know what I mean? So I know he was on one. Yo, he acting crazy and shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. He be on some crazy shit, man. And that guy, he's like a ninja to stealing shit, yo. He be coming home with different laptops and shit. That fool be just breaking in people's houses, stealing and shit, yo. You know what I mean? And I be just like, yo, man, yo, you need to chill, man. Cause I say, what if this family, you know what I mean, was hurting and they only had a laptop for the kids to do the homework and shit. You know what I mean? And you took that shit. How do you think the kids gonna feel? They can't learn. They can't do their homework. You know what I mean? And I talk to him when he's sober, and he totally understands the shit. But when he needs that crack shit, yo, he be doing some crazy shit, man. But it's sad how crackheads be doing that. You know what I mean? How they be stealing from their own people. It's how like my boy stole from me and shit. You know what I mean? But hey, man, if you had crackheads in your life, man, yo, they just remember they ain't your peoples no more, man. When they on that crack shit, they like someone else, man. So hey, just be careful, man. All right, man. Yo, my time's up. I'm out. Peace.